It's a very special edition. It's a unit rundown with Big Frank and Big Dugsy. It's brought to you by New Amsterdam Vodka. This right here is the special edition commemorative bottle of New Amsterdam. It's got the Barstool Sports edition with the red, white, and blue, the fireworks, the stools and stars. It's one of the coolest bottles in the game. It's like, looks like a building, you know? Yeah. Looks like, I mean, that's why we had that skyline painted there. It's kind of Freedom Tower-esque. Looks like it belongs in the New York City skyline. And instead, it's just filled with delicious vodka. You're a vodka guy?
I can drink.
Hell yeah. Well, New Amsterdam is the vodka of Barstool Sports. It's the official vodka of the NHL and the Chicklets gang, and it's for good reason. It's very smooth, high quality, and affordable. What more do you need, babe?
Not a thing.
You know, you can drink it straight, you can do shots, you can do cocktails, you know. However, any which way, you get New Amsterdam, you get your Pink Whitney, all New Amsterdam vodka products, they are all fire. So check it out, New Amsterdam Vodka, the official vodka of Barstool Sports. Yeah, unit rundown. Saw the big boys here, and I was like, we got to do it. Rocking the Frank 850 shirts. Did Frank eat 50? Did Frank eat 50?
I ate the crumbs in the box.
You think that the crumbs in the box make up for that one half a nugget you palmed?
It was the nastiest nugget. It was made of tendons.
That honestly, when I saw that you palmed the 49 and a half, that half nugget, I was appalled. I was like, how can you eat 49 and not go all the way? What you should have led with, because when you said it was a bad nugget, I understood.
Yeah.
Because everyone has had a bad nugget.
Yeah.
You know,
no, we've all had bad nuggets. That was his bad nugget after 49
yeah,
others.
I can't. If I have one bad nugget, I'm throwing the whole thing out.
It actually was the 49th nugget and the 50th nugget I ate.
Hold on.
Frank,
so after you palmed one, you ate one?
Yeah.
Frank.
You're.
Frank, we know that's not true, Frank. We know that you didn't eat another nugget, thereby giving you 50 and a half. That's just a lie.
Well, no, I ate the nugget that I palmed was actually the 49th nugget, and I ate the 50th in full.
Okay. I mean, I don't think there would be a controversy if you did that, Frank. I feel like you would have said, all right, that one's out, here's another one.
Well, I grabbed that
Frank,
one.
Are you lying to me, Frank? You're lying.
Well,
You're
grabbed
fucking fibbing.
I grabbed the 50th one. You see, look.
So
that's 49 and a half.
No, he already eaten half of that.
He ate half, so that's 49 and a half.
We need to see the video before this.
Nobody needs to see the video after this.
No, because if he ate half that and he held that in his hand and then ate another one.
Well, right. So if he eats another, but there's no more. So
No,
that's his 49 and a half.
No, I'm saying he already had half of that one, and it was in his hand. He held it in his hand, and then he got a full one out of the box, then palmed that one.
So you're saying while he's palming, he's eating?
I'm saying, did you eat another chicken nugget after you had half
that?
It
was 50.
Yes.
No, you didn't. You're just fucking lying, Frank.
Well, the rewind.
What happened to the video at the park? You caught me. You got me.
That was
okay. You guys caught me. I palmed half of chicken nuggets. I ate half of the 49th nugget and palmed the half the nuggets. You caught me. I'm sorry, but I was on the verge of puking.
Now all of a sudden we're backtracking, saying that you actually ate a 50th?
Rewind the tape
I think he's saying that is the this again. I don't.
Everybody's lawyer now?
I'm a unit rider.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Look, I'm not seeing anything here.
We need to see we need to see before this. We need to see the full video.
You need to see during this, is what you're almost saying.
No.
Before this,
right.
we would have just been counting.
What? No, I'm saying I've been spending a lot of time with Frank. I think I'm beginning to understand the intricacies of his mind.
I speak Flemish.
It's a dark place, but I'm starting to learn. I think he had the 49th. I think he had the 49th in his hand. He ate half
what's
of
in
it.
his belly at this point? 48 or 49? Okay.
48 and a half.
48 and a half. So what's in his hand is just to get him to 49.
To 49.
And he palms that.
That's what I think he's
then
saying.
Has
I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I think he's saying the 49th, he ate half. As he's holding this one, he grabs the last one out of the box and doesn't finish. So doesn't finish the half of the 49th one.
You see, there it is. I'm eating it.
He's eating it. Boom. But
your other hand is palmed?
Your other hand, I got.
No, now you're palming. Don't you fucking lie to me, Frank.
No, there it is. I ate it. The other one's already in the palm.
I think you're doing some sleight of hand here like a magician.
That's what I tried to do. That's what I tried to do.
You're still saying that you ate 49 and a half, though.
The total number's 49 and a half. The question
it's
is
just the question of the half came on the
is
49th
the half,
nugget instead of the 50.
half on the
As long
49
as you're not
50.
trying to tell me that there was another nugget that got you to 50.
Right.
No.
That's what I'm saying.
He's just saying the half that you're seeing is not half of 50, it's half of the 49th one.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm
Proving
inside
his
out,
point
I'm
that it was a
upside
big
down.
nugget.
I'm all
Okay,
over
you
the
guys
place.
got me.
You got me. The biggest villain at Barstool. You son of a bitch. The only thing that would have been better is if that was like for charity. Yeah, there it is. There's the emo laugh. I might let this go on forever. All right, let's get into it. This news here I thought was a joke. I legitimately thought that Ken Jack was doing what he does from the LCB Twitter account. I thought he was trolling, trying to like convince the world of some silly fucking fake news story. But Matt Stone and Trey Parker from South Park signed a $900 million deal that guarantees 6 more seasons of South Park on Comedy Central and 14 movies. 14 South Park movies for Paramount Plus. That is bananas.
And that might be a steal.
I see, okay. First of all, South Park is always great. It's timeless. It'll never die because they can just keep with the times and make them
Which
so
they
fast.
do.
But we are not in like the South Park prime.
No.
Like if it was like 2004, I could understand this. But they did a couple movies and they were big. I think one of them was like really successful. And then that's it. And like they do these specials, you know, the pandemic special and the vax special, and people always watch them and there's buzz about them. But I don't think, are the ratings all that crazy? Is there demand for many more, for more South Park movies, let alone 14 of them? And you're almost paying a bill? Well, now you had mentioned if you get like Book of Mormon and their other projects and whatnot.
If it's not South Park movies, if it's just Matt, because like then you're just signing. It's like you're an agent signing them to like, hey, we just want your.
You're just getting
we want your brain.
Yeah,
we want your brain.
Matt Stone and Trey Parker's brains are pretty valuable, but you're going to tell me that they're each worth $450 million? That is.
Here's the question: how much is Viacom CBS spending on all their other content?
Yeah. Yeah.
To us that sounds like a lot, but to like Viacom and like Dave Portnoy, that's nothing, you know?
Now, like Comedy Central, we know needs some help. Like they can't afford to lose South Park, really. They've got, the Daily Show's limping.
That's horrible. I
personally
it's
know
like
some
MTV.
comics.
They don't have music on MTV
Right,
anymore. They don't have comedy on Comedy Central.
I know some comics who have all
MTV
been like had deals in place, and then because Viacom had a lot of shakeups, and then like a new person came in and was like, nope, scrap all of it. It's like they actually had funny people, and they fucked it all up. So they're not in a position to let many people go. Paramount Plus is trying to fight against the Apple TVs and the Netflixes and the Amazon Prime. But I don't know, man. That's just, woof.
Yeah.
You got a lot of fucking Paramount Plus subscriptions to
make
add
up
up
for that.
this.
What would help is more episodes centered around Randy Marsh.
You love Randy Marsh.
He is the best character on South Park.
I would probably tend to agree, and I think a lot of people would as well. He is that fucking dude. He's so funny, man.
Every time it's a Randy episode, you know it's going to be a good episode.
Yep. Are you a big South Park guy?
Yeah. I don't think it's as good as it was maybe 10 years ago, but...
Yeah. Not even at this point, it's probably like 20 years. It started in 97.
But think about this.
It's a long time.
Think about this. The Simpsons is complete trash, unwatchable.
Yeah.
Family Guy is so tired and just... It's done. It's done. Everything they've done, everything you can't... South Park finds a way, despite being 23 years old. It was on when I was in college. It's still relevant, and they find, and you know what the difference is? They know how to skewer both sides.
Yeah,
absolutely.
They do play down the middle.
And they've nailed it. With the rabble. That's what Congress is now. It's rabble.
Yeah, but that is the whole thing about South Park is when they make them. You've seen the documentary. They make it in a week, so that's why it's timeless. Is because every week, it's up to date.
It's brand new.
You're watching what's actually happening in real life.
I would almost understand if you flipped it. Give me 14 more seasons and only a handful of movies. But But also we said that a South Park movie could essentially be like a long episode. You have
This
like
is
a
for
90-minute
Paramount Plus.
episode of South Park that's
Like
just
the
this movie.
Yeah.
yeah, they could have done that with the COVID special or the
Yeah, that could
Yeah.
have been a movie.
Yeah,
and,
if 6 seasons, I think the new seasons are only like 10 episodes
Yeah,
each.
yeah,
So that's really, I mean, compared to like the old seasons were 20 plus episodes. So I
Right.
mean, really, you're just a movie is just 3 episodes they put together.
But hats off to both of them, who
Yeah.
are like, they kind of go under the radar almost in my mind. To me, they're like 2 of the most iconic guys in entertainment ever.
Yeah.
When you think about what they did. LeBron James tweeted last night, he's complaining about the people who are hating on the Lakers for being old. He said, keep clowning our team, making fun of our personnel ages, but like do keep that energy when the season begins.
He has since deleted it.
Oh, I was gonna say, where is it? Because
He deleted
Yeah.
it. Not sure. I don't think it was
What a
too long
clown.
afterwards.
That wasn't even that bad of a tweet to
No,
delete.
I think it was riddled with like inaccuracies. Like, well,
typos and shit, or-
he said keep that same narrative energy.
keep
and
talking
I,
about my squad, our personnel ages, the way he
Yeah.
plays, he stays injured, we're past our prime in this league, et cetera, et cetera. Do me one favor, please, and I mean please, keep that same narrative energy when it begins. That's all I ask. # thank you. I mean,
He apparently also tweeted it twice and deleted both.
because
he just does.
it's a little bit,
he's
it's a
the
little
great.
bit like jumbled. You're right, but it's
Yeah.
not like, oh my God, I
It's
misspelled
def-
everything, so I have to delete
no,
it.
but it's definitely an emotional tweet though.
For sure, but it's also not like vulgar and he didn't curse.
No.
And he's just saying like, yeah, he's basically saying, hating on us, like we'll see what happens come next
Why is
year.
he deleting
What's
this?
the problem with that?
Is he that?
I
big of-
actually like it, like kind of
Yeah.
being like, yeah, you think we're old? We'll see. We'll
Yeah,
see what's up.
there's nothing wrong with that.
No.
And deleting it makes him look just like.
Always.
Did he mean
fraud.
Did he mean same negative energy?
Probably,
I get the
probably.
narrative is that, but
Yes.
I've
I
never
think
heard
he
the term
probably-
narrative energy.
I bet you that's a rather longer tweet. I bet you he was right around 280 characters. I bet you he had something saying like, keep that negative energy and that lazy narrative. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, wait a minute, I gotta
Yeah,
take out
that
one.
narrative energy.
And he ended up mashing them together. But
I love it. I mean, it reminds me of Eminem in 8 Mile, where he's like, I am
Yeah.
white. I do live in a trailer park. It's like
Yeah,
he's just
I'll call it all out.
He's calling out all the negative things about his team, and like, just so that if something does happen later, he can say, well, I knew it from the beginning we were bad.
now, this does feel a little Gary Payton, Karl Malone on the Lakers-esque. Remember when they signed up and it was like, oh, you got Kobe, Shaq, Malone, Payton, like it's a dream team.
Yeah.
And that just didn't work at all.
No.
These guys are not quite as past their prime as Malone and Payton were, but like these things don't usually tend to work. I mean, look at Giannis and the Bucks, like, and what did work there. I don't think adding Westbrook, who's obviously a stat gobbler, and Carmelo, who is like proven to be a great like sixth man sort of thing in a team setting, though. You know what I mean? Where it's like he just comes in as a spark plug. This feels like we got some ring chasing and some all-star squad assembling, and it's like, it's trying to make a super team from a few years ago rather than today. So
Definitely not the same energy that like when Harden came to the
Right.
to the Nets. No.
you taking a nap over there, Frank? You good?
I just think that it just symbolizes just why everything I hate about the Lakers and LeBron James.
Yeah.
It
That
just
they
really
just keep
does.
on adding.
And
players.
then he always goes, super teams are bad for the league, except that's what involving me. You know?
Yeah. I mean, he is always saying that. It's always kind of. I would just be like, yeah, we are a super team. We're super fucking good, and we're gonna dominate you. I mean, I do try to put myself in their shoes. Like, if there was some world where let's say there were blogging teams or whatever, and I could be like, I'm gonna get Tommy, Trent, and Robbie in this offseason. Like, come on, like let's play on the same team, guys. Fuck it.
Let's get a
Who
ring.
cares what people think? It's gonna be awesome.
We're gonna get a ring.
But all along with that comes all the criticism, so you got to take it.
Well,
And I also think you can take you can dish it back, but don't fucking delete it.
Never forget the most important member of the Lakers team,
Who?
the refs.
Nailed it. We got what else do we got? We got Kanye West right now is still living in the basement of Mercedes-Benz Stadium. What do we got? Did he
The
move?
body moved. So
he
it's a real
rolled
body.
over?
They rolled over. So it's a real body.
Okay.
You know if it's
Careful,
Kanye.
your AirPod fell. Kanye West has been living in the basement of Mercedes-Benz Stadium. He was supposed to stay there until August 4th initially, right? Or was it always the 6th? It was always the 6th. Okay. So we're on August 5th. We're getting towards his deadline. Right now, there's an Apple Music live stream of him in the basement in his little like dorm room on like an aero bed. And he or somebody is sleeping. Yeah. It's just the dead of night, or it's like a dark room, and there's a body like laying on this cushion, on this mattress, and everyone's watching, and everyone's waiting, and I kind of think it's like brilliant, man. I kind of think, it's stupid, obviously, but what's stupid is the people who are just like, I think it's him. I think it's him. Is it him? I don't know.
You know what's good though is there's this Chick-fil-A in Mercedes-Benz Stadium, and he could eat 50 nuggets.
There you go. You think Kanye could put down 50 nuggets?
Probably could.
Yeah.
You just gotta watch out for that bad nugget.
You just gotta weed those out.
I'm getting kind of tired of the Chick-fil-A slander here, Frank.
Well, come on. It's one bad nugget out of 50.
Yeah, but how many nuggets have you had in your lifetime, though? That's a lot of bad nuggets.
Well, that's 98% good nuggets.
Good math.
So this is the picture of him.
Room so that looks like,
Are they like
and
setting up
the clock
stuff?
is a countdown, we believe, to the album.
To when it's
Although
released.
it's not quite towards midnight. It's actually a little bit after midnight, so I don't know what that's about, but maybe that stream isn't exactly live. Maybe it's like a delay or.
I don't know about you, but that room looks like more like a prison than friggin'
it does. Yeah. It is.
Stadium.
Is that Chance there? Yeah. Yeah, so he's got like buddies come by and visit, people probably on the album, adding verses, taking it off.
So he's
there's no chance he drops the album tomorrow. This is what he does.
Yeah.
He'll probably drop this album in like May. And it's probably gonna be like another wait, like a long wait. And you know what? When he does drop the album, he did this shit last time with Jesus is King. That album stinks.
Ooh.
Stinks out loud. Album sucks. So if he's gonna do all this, you better bring the heat.
You see, this is what happens when you mess with a Kardashian.
Yeah? Well, some think, look at him lifting his weights and his mask. Some people think that, this is him getting away from Kim because he divorced her. They're in the process of getting divorced, so he got rid of the Kardashian curse, and now he's going to put out this great album.
I guess, it's almost like the album is obviously his artistic expression and everything, but I feel like just the creation of the album, all of this is like an artist expression.
It's like performance art almost.
Yeah, so I feel like this is almost, or at least in my mind, I'm thinking, it seems like this is really what he wants to put out.
Definitely.
The album is just kind of like a byproduct.
For sure.
That's what it feels like. Because otherwise, you would just be by yourself, or not, by yourself, but not doing all this.
Yeah,
it's very performative.
Often genius is misunderstood as insanity.
Mm-hmm. That's like you, Frank.
Yeah.
Some people think you're crazy. You're a genius, right?
Well, it's not too far of a leap from genius to insane.
There's a fine line between genius and incompetence.
Yes, there is.
Frank, I love you, babe. A couple more topics here. Deshaun Watson is heavy rumors of him maybe being traded to the Eagles, which could be interesting. You got the Philly fans, Philly media, Deshaun Watson with all of his allegations. I really can't believe any team is willing to touch him right now. Yeah. He's about as radioactive as it gets. Like those allegations are not good, and there's a lot of them.
Yeah.
This is like literally doing a launch angle, leap, lunge, and launch swing.
What?
It's like doing a leap, launch, and lunge swing. And hoping to connect for a home run.
Yeah.
But if it misses, you're going to look bad.
So bad, yeah.
And if these allegations end up being bullshit, the Eagles got themselves a quarterback that can win them a Super Bowl too.
For probably nothing, right? The deal is probably going to be for peanuts.
If the allegations are true and Deshaun Watson's career comes to an end, not only do they not have the quarterback, they're probably going to give up tons of draft picks.
You think I can't imagine it's going to cost him that much because of everything we just said. Like
his current value is based on everything.
Yeah. Player-wise, obviously, he's great, but I would be sitting there being like, listen, he might not be a free man at the end of this.
There has to be some. If there was contingencies, like, hey, if he plays, you get this draft pick. That would be. Then you're talking about, hey,
this is like someone who's broke, taking their last $5,000 to the lottery store and think that they're going to win $1 billion.
The lottery store.
I mean, Frank, you can't. How much money are you sitting on? The broke people with $5,000?
Yeah.
Going to the lottery store?
Hey, he's been doing those cameos, man.
I know, man. That shit adds up. Big baller over here. I just feel like even taking the flyer, you might get people being like, you are, you're not taking like the allegation seriously.
Yeah,
if you're even willing to take the flyer, so.
Yeah.
And it also shows that the Eagles have seen Jalen Hurts and they know Hurts
He's
no
not
good.
Yeah.
And
Hurts no good. Is that going to be it?
I came up with that
Yeah,
one.
is that going to be the song this year?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I've already been using it.
Oh baby, Hurts no good.
Hurts no good. He's thrown 3 interceptions and the Eagles have lost because Hurts no good.
I like that one, Frank. That one's got potential, pal. Also, to wrap up here, Team USA back in the gold medal game, facing France, who advances to the gold medal as well. So we get a little chance to exercise the demons, right our wrongs, get a little payback for those French fucks, and Evan Fournier can suck our American dicks, Frank. You think they're going to win?
Well, they're playing a lot better. My main concern.
I think they stomp France in the
My
final.
main concern at the beginning of the Olympics was, are they going to have the energy because of the long season? Mm-hmm. Did they have enough time to become a cohesive unit? And over the last few weeks, they've played a little better. They were a little shaky yesterday against last night and early morning hours against Australia, but they came back in the strong second half and won.
Oddly enough, hasn't the guys who came over from the finals, you would think they would be like the most tired, weren't they like the most like energized and the best?
They're still ready
like
to
Chris
play.
Middleton, Drew Holiday came over and were like, let's go.
But yeah.
Maybe because the other guys are rusty or whatever, but you would have thought
I
those
don't think
guys
it's
would be like,
rusty.
I'm
I
fucking
just
done.
think that, well, you know what it is? It's they're still in rhythm. As opposed to playing a long season, being drained, and then 2 weeks later going back on the court.
Yeah.
By the way, did Giannis, has Giannis played in the Olympics before for Greece?
I don't think he has.
Not sure.
Is that just a personal choice, or
I don't know if Greece has ever actually
do they
qualified.
have a team that like?
Yeah.
I would like to imagine that Giannis.
He might be the only player on Greece, and then all these other countries.
I mean, it would just be 2 of his brothers. They'd be like 3 of the starting 5.
like Spain in 04. Right?
Yeah.
Yes, because basically what happens is each region, each continent only has
Gets a certain amount of teams.
So they could have Australia,
Learned something new every
Asian
day.
teams, European
I didn't
teams,
know that.
South American teams, and North American teams.
Got it. Yeah.
That's why you don't see every country there. There's actually a pre-Olympic qualifying tournament,
Got it.
and I don't know if Greece actually.
Made it.
Qualified.
I didn't know it was limited to the regions, but I'm glad to see that they're doing well. I mean, especially Fournier. I mean, after that first match, he said one of the most as a coach, he said they're better individually, but they can be beaten as a team. And it was like,
Popovich was
I would
you.
rather you call me a bad team. I would rather just they
You're
don't
not
have
good.
talent,
Yeah,
they suck,
agreed,
and
agreed.
as soon as you say
Especially coach.
they're great, they have all the talent in the world, but they can't beat us. They can be beaten as a team. That all falls on the coach. So.
I'm seeing right here, Variety saying that Mike Richards is going to become the permanent host of Jeopardy.
Oh, yeah. They said it's not final yet, but looks like he might be.
Yeah.
So
This
they
guy
have.
does nothing for me.
I thought he was good because of that reason.
So they
Yeah,
have
you
all
want
these.
him to just be
I want
like.
it to just be all about the
show's
game.
the show's not about him.
That's a fair want in your.
I don't even want to know who the person's name is before this, which I didn't know who he is.
Why not Ken Jennings? You wouldn't like that?
I heard he wasn't a great host.
I think that there might be a little concern. Didn't he have bad tweets in the past? I think they dug some.
He
It wasn't.
He has a podcast with a guy who sucks. He has a podcast with Bean Dad. Remember Bean Dad?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That was his thing, and he defended him when everyone was like, Bean Dad's an abusive dad. He was like, he's my friend and he's okay. But I thought Ken Jennings should have been it. But the thought that you have to replace him with somebody rather than just like Alex Trebek wasn'tAlex
he
Trebek
was a nobody
when
when
he
started.
became Alex
Well,
Trebek.
actually, yes, he was.
Fuck Frank. God damn it. You fucked me, Frank. I mean,
He hosted Classic Concentration.
God forbid you just go with it,
He was a big star in Canada.
We were so close to
he did host
wrapping it up.
Concentration. He used to look like he had like a fro back in the day.
Do you know
he had a whole
I found
But he
different
wasn't
look
the
to him.
Alex Trebek he wasn't
Right.
a huge
He wasn't
name
like
when
an
he started.
irreplaceable,
He was. I found a 1967 Toronto Maple Leafs Stanley Cup champions highlight film, and he was the narrator.
Yeah, he loves them. Anything Canadian. Oh, shout out to Canada. We've got, we just bought The Score. Penn acquired The Score, which is a sports app that like all of Canada uses, all sports fans in Canada use. So that's now under Penn National's umbrella. So we are taking this thing international, taking over all of North America, where we will be, if you are Canadian and you want to get all your sports and betting and updates and info, all that stuff, The Score is where it's at. So download The Score and be a part of the ride to the moon.
You get some great, they have great articles, especially about hockey on there.
Yeah, I feel like I know The Score. I feel like I came across that even before all this, and I remember thinking it's actually like quality sports content, right? It's like actually a good source of material.
It would be nice if we could actually take the Score brand and go like this and shove it against ESPN in America.
Yeah. Listen, we're coming for that ass. We're coming. So shout out to Penn and everybody up north. Download The Score, download Penn, Barstool Sports book. Anything else? Anything behind the scenes?
Well, we just completed our trip to Chicago. Wild time.
Eunice take Chicago.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever done more 180 in my life. Like all we hear in Florida is like, oh, like there was 12 shootings this weekend, 12 shootings this weekend.
Didn't think Chicago was a great spot. And
I love Chicago.
Yeah.
I love Chicago. The
food,
people
from Chicago love Chicago. They'll tell you that every 2 seconds.
Yeah.
So you guys are converts. You like Chicago?
Chicago is a very fun city.
I love Chicago.
Have you been before?
No.
Okay. All right. So you can check out the units doing Chicago. Also, shout out to Javi Baez, Frank. Javi basically won that game by himself last night.
He did, and the only way that trade is good for me is if they actually resign him.
And I think they will. And I think they will.
He wants to play with Lindor, right?
And I think you're going to feel foolish soon, Frank.
What, when they play the Giants and Dodgers?
When they win the division.
12 out of 13?
When they win the division, Frank, you're going to feel foolish.
They're the worst division leader I've ever seen.
Bro, they're the best Mets team in like 10 years.
That's the sad thing. That's the sad thing.
Have a little bit of faith, Frank.
They're awful, and they're the worst team that they've had in 10 years.
Frank, why do you even root for the team? Why do you even bother? You know, it was one thing to root against them when the Wilpons owned them. Oh, is Kanye up? I feel like we're watching the Truman Show here. What's he gonna do now? Is he gonna take a shower? Is he gonna?
It's like the eagle nest where you're like waiting for the eagle to hatch.
But there's been things this year that if it happened under the Wilpons, you would be banging the drum next to me.
Yes. But it didn't happen under the Wilpons, Frank. It happened under the Cohen leadership.
But
not everything's going to be perfect.
I haven't fully been able to buy into the trust yet.
I know.
Because I've been through it so much.
I know, and I think you're crazy.
I'm talking Jared Porter failing to get George Springer and the Kumar Rocker situation.
Kumar Rocker, I think there's way more to the story.
Yeah.
George Springer, I think in the long run, I mean, it hurts that Conforto decided. I don't think anybody expected Conforto to bat under the fucking Mendoza line. Well, so that really kind of fucking makes things look worse.
Well, he's now Michael Cano. I don't even want him to give him a qualifying offer. He to me is the worst Singletary player in baseball right now.
What, him or Lindor?
Well, I underestimated Lindor's leadership.
Huh?
I underestimated Lindor's leadership.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you underestimated
a concession
Lindor.
from
Yeah,
Frank.
Finally.
I feel like we're
all right, we'll see.
Here.
I mean, I am very worried about that Dodgers and Giants stretch too, because they could easily stop us. But the Mets seemingly play up and down to their competition. So.
But no DeGrom. And DeGrom is the only thing that really got joy out of.
Here's the one thing I'm afraid to I don't want to say it like out loud, but it's like the season's over without Jacob DeGrom.
I think he's gone.
And if he's gone, then it's like retroactive to July 30th when they announced that he was injured. That's the cutoff date. Because the minute he was gone is the minute this shit's over. They did a great job. They did Javi Baez at the deadline. They did the black jerseys. They had all this shit over here, and they were just like, by the way, Jacob DeGrom's out, and everyone was like, oh no, rather than being like, fucking jump ship, it's over.
But there's just so many, and the injury problems. That's another thing. I mean, when are we going to address this? When are we going to get someone in there that knows how to keep players healthy?
I don't know, Frank. I said we all owe Ray Ramirez an apology. We blamed him for everything, and clearly it wasn't his fault.
Well,
it's your fault. It's the Fleming fucking curse, Frank.
Did we get just another Ray Ramirez? I mean, it's the same thing.
Maybe. I don't know. That's the rundown.